Oh, golf.
A three what?
A 3 wood.
5 days, 0 experience, and the world's best teachers.
We need to clear the mind. Yeah, avoid catastrophes. Take a chill pill.
I don't like chilling out. Oh, I feel like I need to work on my ass punch.
I'm Tim Ferriss, best-selling author and human guinea pig. I'll show you how to make the impossible possible by bending the rules. I'll find the world's best teachers and push myself to the edge to deconstruct, decode, and demystify some of the world's toughest challenges in record time. If I can do it, so can you.
This week's experiment, golf.
I always had a hate-hate relationship with golf. I just felt it was very pompous. And then I read Ben Hogan's 5 Lessons and really fell in love with the technical aspect of the game. I thought, why don't I explore it, see if my caveman build can hit a little white ball a really long distance.
The game of golf seems simple enough. You play 18 holes. At each hole, you attempt to hit the ball into the hole within a predetermined number of strokes. That's called par. That also means starting off with a drive or long-range shot, then hitting shorter range shots to get closer to the hole, and then finally putting to finish it off. On one hand, golf is extremely unforgiving. It's a game of millimeters. A slight change in the mental state could make the difference of hitting something where you want it or hitting it 100 yards in the wrong direction. A trained athlete like this makes the golf swing look effortless. But in the 1 to 2 seconds it might take to perform that swing, he's actually focusing on countless details. It's so technical, so nuanced, you can drown in a sea of facts and figures. That's the kind of detail that gets me excited. Over the next 5 days, I'm going to try to learn Hogan's 5 fundamentals of golf: grip, stance, backswing, downswing, and putting it all together. At the end of the week, I'll attempt to make par on at least 1 hole at a challenging San Francisco golf course. To help me, I'm calling on a master of swing analysis, Terry Rolls at the San Francisco Golf Performance Center. Terry is world famous for his customized approach to training.
Hey, welcome, Tim.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Welcome to my lab.
I love laboratories.
In the interest of learning quickly, precise feedback and immediate feedback is very, very important. So what we're going to be doing is testing how your body works. We're going to see what inherent red flags have you got.
Terry brings in Dr. Calzaretta to perform a golf-specific FMS test developed by the Titleist Performance Institute.
The fastest way for you to get better is to do the right swing for you. When we look at a golf swing these days, we break it into its component parts. We're going to test your rotation. We're also going to test your coordination. The ability to move different body parts at different times is very important to get the most power.
Okay, first one, ready?
Diagnosing how my body is capable or incapable of moving will help Terry to customize my golf swing.
A little stiff on rounding our back. And come up. Okay, little balance issue. Lift this leg straight out. Stay there. A little tougher on that side.
Just from a swing standpoint, the right hip is an issue. Definitely more of a shorter swing is going to suit your body type, just being bulky. So we're definitely going to look at a slightly more compact swing with maybe some foot position adjustment.
All right, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Really appreciate it.
You bet.
Next, it's time to check out my attempt at a golf swing.
So this sends out an electromagnetic field around you.
Okay.
And we've got little sensors within that field. It can tell, what direction you move in, how much you move. There's actually 200 variables that we're measuring.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Robocop, anybody?
You have the right to remain silent.
After getting acquainted with my personal avatar, I try a few practice swings. I need to relax. I'm sweating up the golf clubs.
Swing away whenever you're ready. The way to think about it is more of a chop with the left hand, not a rotation like this.
Okay.
Because of the way you had your hands, you had to kind of open and close, which is...
I see. So I went from here, 12 o'clock, to here at about 2 o'clock. That's the only change I made, and naturally forcing my body to do the right thing. So that's the key, right? Finding the lead domino that trips all the others.
Good. Nice. Stronger grip will tend to see people move more towards the target, which is what I was aiming at. So you move 2 inches more towards the target after 2 swings without me telling you.
Really, really subtle and really, really profound. Dig it.
The hips are like the first gear, so they get the whole thing rolling. That line there is the top of the swing.
Okay.
The red line is your hips, the green line is your thorax, the blue line is your left upper arm, and the brown is the club. So we call that firing sequence. You get most of your power from the way you use your wrist, which means we've got a couple of sources of power still to tap into, which is what I plan to do this week. One of them would be working on the grip and encouraging the body to move in the right sequence. With the grip change, the hips will want to go a little bit earlier.
Right.
So
I don't have the Lamborghini of hips, in other words. Not yet.
Not yet, but I think we're in good shape.
Excellent.
So it's official. I don't have the classic golfer's physique. But by focusing on the 20% of variables in training that get me 80% or more of the way to par, I hope to make some serious progress over the next 4 days of training. We'll see how it all plays out on the golf course.
You're not allowed here dressed like that.
So this.
Oh! All right, let's take a break.
Lake Merced Golf Club is practically around the corner from my house, and it's gorgeous. I arrive, I'm eager to get right to work.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to see you. Firstly, welcome, and secondly, you're not allowed here dressed like that. I think we better head off to the pro shop and get you a shirt.
Well, so this probably fits the bill.
You want a golf hat?
Yeah, why not?
As I start on the practice range, the first thing Terry has me focus on is my hips by using something called an impact bag.
We want to have the hips just set just a fraction left of center, and the upper body just a fraction right of center.
What is the position at the moment of impact? The golf club hitting the golf ball. As long as you have a high percentage of contact with the ball and you have a high degree of quality at that moment of impact, it will forgive a lot of sins otherwise.
Address that bag as if you're going to hit it. You've got the shaft lined up? Yep. Now push the bag as hard as you can.
The impact bag is a great tool for isolating one crucial moment, when the club hits the ball.
It was a really wonderful illustration as I'm trying to cram as much into 2 or 3 days as possible.
Excellent.
Like me, Terry believes that observing different styles in action speeds up the learning process. He introduces me to 2 pro golfers, James and Andrew.
That ball is still traveling,
Just killed a bird in Fremont.
right? See how the hips are pretty open at impact.
One of James's tips really hits home with me, and that's the clock system analogy.
The most common mistake for any golfer is overswinging.
Overswinging would be larger range of motion or just putting too much power behind it.
It depends on how you swing.
Right.
Everything else equal, starting your lead arm at 9 o'clock and moving it to 3 o'clock will produce a swing with less force than starting your swing at 11 o'clock and moving it to 1 o'clock. The latter delivers more power and therefore more distance.
Hope that helps.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now, it's my turn to take a shot.
Oh, not good.
Yeah, the overall shape isn't bad, but the sequencing's a little off. Take a
breather.
chill pill, no golf for 2 minutes.
I don't like chilling out. Holding that, I'm just gonna take a few notes.
Yeah, cool. It's a very organized way of practicing to enable it to happen naturally, right?
Yeah.
So I need you to understand certain things that we're going to do. But when you actually play, it's just
Right.
you're Tim hitting a golf ball and there's the target.
Right.
There's no reward for storing more information than the next guy in your head.
Right.
There's a ton to process. I'm getting mental indigestion, but Terry is ready to drag me onto the golf course.
What's the proper way to carry this? Just like a backpack?
No, well, it's kind of uncool to do that. You want it kind of level to the ground.
Horizontal. They won't fall out then.
No. Carrying style is very important for your street cred.
Like so.
Yeah. Cluttering up your reaction to the target by having a 7-point checklist and putting all of your attention on yourself and not the target is actually making it worse.
Yeah.
I just can't help myself because I'm a wee bit compulsive, so I take more notes.
Having to jump right into golf on a green, playing holes, it's intimidating.
Lake Merced is notoriously challenging. It's an approximate 7,000-yard par 72 course. Terry decides to start me off on hole number 10. The first step is to drive the ball down the fairway.
Oh, good shot. All right, let's go.
Sorry about the first one.
And me too.
I'm getting closer to the hole and progressing to shorter shots. This is where club selection comes in. Each club is suited to a different distance and loft.
Generally speaking, it's a little easier to hit the shorter irons. It's less club to manage.
Right.
A lot of people tend to start with like a 6-7 irons. Let's just hit 7-iron here.
And I'm just aiming straight ahead.
Yep. No second guessing.
Woo. See you another time. Brutally devastating. Practice is all looking beautiful, and then you get out there and it's just a disaster.
We need to train that process to do your best without thinking. I actually have to train you to do that for 4 days.
Yeah. Got it. One skill that I was introduced to for the first time today was reading the green. How do you navigate the waves and contours of a golf course? Never thought of it before.
We have such an inherent ability to judge space. Things like, if I go and pick up a glass, I rarely knock it over.
Depends on how many you've had.
Right, exactly. Like a glass of water.
Yeah. If any of this info sinks in, I should have a better idea of where to aim my ball to get it into the hole. Whoa. That's not what I wanted. No.
In my mind, I actually moved the hole 6 feet to the left.
You said sloping down.
Correct. You're making sure that your whole body, club, etc., are all lined up correctly.
Many of the most accomplished pros find putting to be the hardest part of the entire game. If there's any place I can't lose my cool, it's on the green. There we go. This is about the size of a pocket on a billiards table.
There's not many flat ones.
Exactly. Man, what a game. You do get to walk through some really beautiful scenery, and you get to walk through your own mind and your own emotional terrain quite a lot. My golf was getting worse. Everything was getting worse. If you can't maintain your cool, your technique goes out the window. With only 1 day left before the big final challenge, Terry is having me focus on the club face. It's very important to hit a given target that upon impact, the club face is perpendicular to an imaginary line running to that target. Terry uses tracking technology to help me fine-tune. The goal of this exercise is to control the angle of the club face so I hit the ball within plus or negative 3 degrees of either side of the hole. I'm gonna say negative 1.6.
See what we get.
Oh! 1.6 would have been way better.
The sequence was really good, contact was good. In the end, that club face control is pretty instinctive.
Oh, terrible.
As we rotate to the right, the foot almost feels like it's rotating to the left in order to stay in place, which is almost like we're putting out a cigarette. This is staying stable. Does that make sense?
I think so.
There are people that are very meticulous and who do really well.
Yeah.
But I'm careful with you not to checklist yourself into
Paralysis?
paralysis by analysis. So set your feet, get your grip, but then once you get it all done, it's like 1, 2, go.
Yeah, okay, got it. Usually my default solution to almost anything is to analyze some more. But Terry insists there are some times in golf when you just have to go for fluid motion and put down the notebook, stop fussing over the details.
Nice. Really good.
2.1, I'm getting better.
That was the best leg action of the week. Why did that start left?
And I must have closed the face.
Perfect. That's exactly the answer.
Wasn't changing, my torso rotation wasn't different, so it had to have been the club face. How do you keep track of where you're hitting it, obviously, because I don't have the self-awareness to...
We have some extremely highly researched and very accurate device, foot powder. You spray it on the face, and then we go ahead and hit a shot, and it gives us a very precise measurement. Hit one.
That sounded funny.
Let's look at the face. All right.
Arguably one of the worst places I could be.
So when we talk about smash factor, you don't need to increase your speed, right?
I'm swinging it quickly, trying to smash it, and because I'm not hitting the ideal point, it's just like trying to hit a home run and hitting it 2 inches from your hand.
Right.
I have to fix the placement.
Keep firing away then.
If you are 2 millimeters off and the face of the club is slightly tilted the wrong direction, sorry, you landed 60 yards off of your mark. This is the one I've been using all day. It's kind of frustrating. Oh.
We need to clear the mind, not fill it with more stuff. All right, overload.
Terry had the perfect remedy to my frustration, which is something I like to call no-stakes practice. In this case, we flipped the club upside down so that I could focus on the motion and the sequence, the technique, without the pressure of having to hit the ball.
And Perfect. And now you can do the foot coming up. That's it.
It was amazing how much progress I made doing that.
Good swing, Tim. Nice.
After a full day of practice, Terry and I decide it's time to leave the course behind and pursue a more leisurely activity, and one that can be paired with very strong cocktails.
It's a great way to give my mind rest from golf while still reinforcing some of the better principles of hand-eye coordination, handling distance, all that stuff.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
That's a good game.
Yeah, definitely.
May the best man win.
Well, you don't really know what I'm doing here, but...
Isn't it funny, though? You don't know what you're doing when you bowl and you just do it anyway. Oh, that looks good.
It's very hard to have an accidental strike in golf.
You're planning on taking me down here.
Well, you're an Englishman. I assume you need another, like, 3 or 4 of those.
Even at the bowling alley, Terry can't resist giving me some golf-related pointers.
The key piece is where you place your attention. All your attention's there, and you're just allowing your body to respond, right? Which is really what we want in golf.
Yeah, I'll try it.
That's what I'm talking about. That's really good. The real challenge is actually to get out on the course and play golf. Today, the ultimate test is to take you on the course and see if you can shoot a score on a few holes.
If I can't play the part, I want to at least look the part. So I brought a little bit of special gear. If you give me a moment, I'm going to slip into something a little more comfortable.
Oh my goodness.
What do you think, Coach?
Wow. You should have warned me. I could have brought my sunglasses.
Exactly.
Golf makes me nervous. It's a very, very psychologically intense sport. The smallest distraction can screw up your game, so
Let's do this.
I wanted to inject some levity into the situation, and I like wearing party pants.
Terry starts me off on hole number 1, where I'll attempt to make par.
So stick to your routine. Aim and routine.
Not known for my patience, so in many ways, golf is the perfect test to see if I can do the opposite of my nature.
So we're going to take a 2-shotter, yep. Pretty much straight down the fairway.
Yes. Wow, good hit. That's pretty long.
That's pretty long. I didn't see exactly where it landed.
We're gonna find that probably just under the tree line there. Pretty good start, though.
I'll take it.
The first drive was great. For proper direction, great ball contact.
Cool. Let's go find her.
Only problem was it ended up landing right behind a huge tree.
You've got that shot. I'm just gonna retire to a safe distance here.
Good idea.
Good luck. Okay.
Cleared it.
As I approach the green, I can see that I've landed within striking distance of the hole. It's actually possible that I could make par.
As they say back in the motherland, that's a good baddin'.
Yeah, got me where I wanted to go, but not in the way that I wanted to do it.
My 7-iron has landed me very close to the hole.
We're gonna have to give this one just a little bit more energy. Just relax a bit. Fabulous.
Better.
That's a great shot.
All right, putting range.
And habitually, I've had trouble keeping my power minimal enough to hit the right distance on putts.
Keep going.
With my heart rate up, it was too much.
Heartbreaker.
I just buckled under that type of distraction and pressure.
Nice. Why did you have 4 putts?
Too much power.
Perfect. That's the only thing to fix.
Yep.
So, good. Play the next hole.
All right, I have one more try.
So this hole here, I'm going to stand aside and let you make all your decisions.
Great.
That is an incredible shot.
I'll take
You
that.
see what happens when I leave you on your own?
I am thrilled with that.
That's about 10 feet from the hole.
Sweet. Oh, man, that's a load off.
Can you just do that again? I didn't get that one.
Yeah. Wow, it's even closer than I thought.
In a weird way, the ball kind of talks to you.
This is where I'm gonna aim. When you hit a really good shot, it feels right. It's just fluid, there is no resistance. It just has like a thunk. The sound is different, and certainly the result is different, and that's a hell of a feeling. Oh. You know what? I'll take it.
Well done. That was very nice. A par, officially in your first week playing golf. One of the first holes you played.
What a gorgeous hole to do it on, too. Beautiful. What's the worst thing that can happen to a bad golfer?
A good shot.
A good shot.
In many ways.
Can't wait to come back. In the end, golf has exceeded my expectations. I really came into it expecting to be fascinated by the technical nuances and all of these subtleties. And what I realize is that it's really been an experiment in mind control. In terms of piquing my interest even further, it's really done wonders. And I'm eager to jump back into the research.
Hey guys, Tim Ferriss here. One of the things that kills me about TV is that you have to take all of this amazing footage. In our case, we had 5 to 6 days of 12 to 16 hours typically per day, and you have to chop it down to 21 or 22 minutes, which is a 30-minute show with the ads removed. It just makes me want to stab myself in the eyeballs with bicycle spokes. It's so agonizing. The good news is we have all that footage, and so we've taken huge extended scenes, we've taken interviews, we've taken tutorials, everything imaginable that we could get our hands on that we thought was really world-class that we wanted to put in. And you can find it at 4hourworkweek.com/TV, all spelled out, F-O-U-R, etc. And we really feel like we could have made the best 2-hour documentary imaginable on the subject that you just saw, or had 5 different shows of equal quality, all different with the footage that we captured. So please check it out. There's some amazing stuff. And you can also check out the podcast where I do very long, in some cases 2 to 3 hour interviews with a lot of the experts in this show. And that's the Tim Ferriss Show, which was nominated one of the best of iTunes, which I'm very, very happy about. And you can check out both. So find everything at 4hourworkweek.com/TV. And if you think that's an oxymoron, by the way, you're right. If you want a 4-hour work week, do not work in television. Thank you for watching.